Boxer for Behind the Gloves. I'm here today at Miguel's Boxing Gym with Richard Riakporhe. How you doing today, Richard?
How you doing, Rob? How you doing?
I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you?
Very good.
Now, I came here to interview you about your upcoming fight tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, in the last half an hour, you've actually had a phone call and you're not going to be fighting tomorrow, is that correct?
That's correct. Very disturbing news. Literally, whilst I was waiting for you, I received a call from my coach, Ted Bammy, and he told me that the fight's been called off due to an opponent pulling out for whatever reason. I'm left in a state, you know, hard camp, and I was looking forward to tomorrow. And now I have to break the news to everybody else, and I haven't even gone on the phone to anybody or told them the situation, so I'm just going to do that afterwards. It's quite a letdown.
I mean, what is that like? Because as I mentioned to you in the car when I found out, I mean, you seem very level-headed about it. I mean, a lot of people, myself included, would be furious. I mean, you've put in a lot of hard work in camp, but you still remain somewhat level-headed. I mean, do you feel any anger or anything towards that?
Well, I don't feel any animosity towards my opponent because I don't know the situation. He could have had a bad injury. Maybe there was family issues, so I can't judge. But I'm really, I'm upset that a lot of people have kind of made plans to come and see me, and now they're going to be disappointed because of the news. I don't know, whatever they had to cancel or so on and so forth. But it's just, these things happen in life, and it's just the way we deal with them. I think that's the main thing, really.
So how long were you in training camp?
I was in training camp for about 4 weeks.
To have something like this happen at the last minute, I mean, what is that like? I mean, as I say, you seem very level-headed about it, but you know, just go into a little bit more detail about what it's like taking that call first of all, and just, you know, now it's sort of starting to set in.
It's like, to be honest, it's like my heart sunk. It's like, oh my gosh. You know, they say, you know, just be prepared for anything that comes your way, and expect the unexpected. But that was definitely not expected. You know, just the day before, I just thought instantly about all the hard work I put into this. You know, the hard grafting, the sparring, the discipline, the diet. You know, it's depressing, to be honest. But it's just one of those things you can't really think about it too much, because things like this happen. And it could have been worse. I could have had a major injury which could have prevented me from fighting tomorrow, and it would have been my opponent that got the call, that received the call. So I can still fight, I'm still healthy, and all I have to do really is just break the news to people and refund them the tickets and stuff. And that's another aspect which is quite annoying, and stuff, running around and sending people the money and meeting people to give back their money and stuff. What can I say?
Is that worse? Is that worse for you in the sense of, you know, you've sold tickets for people who have come to watch you fight, and now you've got to go back to them and tell them? Is that worse for you than actually, you know, the fight being called off for yourself? Yeah,
that's worse for me. Like letting them down, letting the fans down, because they wanted to see me perform, and whereas me, I know I'm going to be fighting anytime, very soon again anyway. So it's just them having to sacrifice their plans. I had people flying out from Sweden, flying down from Ireland to come and watch me, and they're probably already here, booked their hotels and stuff. It's a lot of money wasted.
Because people don't really see it. I mean, even myself, somebody who works in boxing, I mean, I know that things can get called off at the last minute and stuff, but this is the first time because this literally happened 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago. So this is completely new for me as well. Do you think that fans or followers of the sport get sort of a misconception about what it's like? I think personally, it's sort of like a case of, you look at it as like potentially a day off work or something, like a normal person might look at it like that. I mean, it's really not that, is it?
Of course not. Like, for instance, I come in the gym every day, I train, I committed myself to the sport of boxing. You cannot take days off because it's dangerous. You're putting your life on the line. You sacrifice your time, prioritize boxing over everything else, over family, over anything you can think of, for however so long your camp is for, just so you can get that win. And for all that sacrifice to be taken, and they call you the day before saying, oh, sorry Richard, but your fight has been cancelled. It's like a nightmare, because you're just thinking all the sacrifices, all the opportunities you probably missed. You know, anything can happen. Imagine you didn't see your family for the camp, and something dramatic, God forbid, just happened, and you can't see your family members no more because they parted. It's like you would beat yourself up, literally, and the fight didn't even take place. And you know, family members could even have animosity towards you just because you prioritize boxing, and it didn't even happen in the first place. So you have to bear in mind there's so many different scenarios that I could just talk about, but you know, I'm gutted, to be honest. I'm just gutted.
Do you think it's more difficult for you as somebody who, I mean, forgive me for saying it, you don't have like a huge clout behind you promotional wise, just like you know, a couple of your other stable mates, Chris Congo and so forth. You are constantly in limbo, and then when something like this happens, I mean, do you ever think, I mean, why boxing? I mean, what's the point with this sport? Or is it just a case of, you know, accepting it for what it is and just moving on?
With me, it's more of accepting it for what it is and just doing what I love. Boxing is what I love to do, and it makes me happy, brings me that happiness, and I'm chasing my dreams, and it's just a part of the journey. So that's kind of the way I think about it. And I might have the rocky parts, but eventually, with the hard work and dedication, I'll see myself in a position where I want to be. So that's just the type of mindset I just take on, a philosophy.
So just sort of like growing from it, being a stronger person because of it.
Yeah, exactly that.
Well, that's, you know, that's refreshing and, you know, reassuring to hear, because I know how much you were looking forward to fighting, and I can only imagine how difficult it is to get that call the day before. You have to worry about weight and obviously tickets and things like that. With that being said, what's the plan from now? Are you looking to get another date before Christmas? You know, what are you going to be doing this weekend? I mean, I appreciate your head's probably spinning. You haven't thought that far ahead, but in the immediate aftermath, what's the plan?
Well, the plan, I'm gonna just come straight back into the gym. Obviously, I've reached a peak in my fitness levels and stuff, and it's just more of maintaining the body weight, the conditioning, and just waiting for the call. My coach Ted Bammy said there may be another date before Christmas, but we'll see about that. Dillian White messaged me a few days ago. He said he wants me on his show. I think he might be fighting Lucas Brown, so that's open there, but that's February, of course. And I wanted to be active as much as possible, at least have one before then. But you know, so basically it's just, I'll be back out January, February. For me, there's no Christmas. It's just the gym is going to be my Christmas. So I'm just going to be here, just conditioning myself and being ready for it, whatever opportunity comes.
Okay, well, Richard Riakporhe, thank you very much for sparing me some time at this very, very annoying, frustrating, difficult moment. Do appreciate it. Thank you for the insight. I mean, for me, it's been very interesting to see that side of boxing, and I hope that our viewers enjoyed, or rather not enjoyed, but found it interesting listening to what can happen to fighters. So, Richard Riakporhe, thanks very much for speaking to Behind the Gloves.
Cheers, appreciate it.
Hey fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking right here.